Boom. I know you lot have seen this story. Markus Fakana, 18, jailed for 1 year in Dubai after holiday romance with 17-year-old girl. I don't know if they even mentioned in this article that they were only 10 weeks, about 10 weeks different in age. So he was 10 weeks older than her. She turned 18 by the time charges were filed against him by the mother, who had left the country with the daughter, left Dubai, gone back to England, and gone through, I think, the embassy to try and press charges, get this man criminalised. And he was arrested, and now he's been sentenced to a year in a jail that they are calling a hellhole. The media is calling the prison that this young man has been sent to as a hellhole. He's going to serve 365 days in prison as an 18-year-old in a foreign country because he entered a relationship with somebody that was 10 weeks younger than him and who is now the same age as him. And I just think this is ridiculous. And the mum, the mum needs to actually like kind of really reflect on what she's done, because she's ruined this young man's life out of pride because you didn't want to face the fact that your daughter was sexually active, or maybe your daughter was sexually active with a black man. I'm not really sure what the true motivations were, but it was clearly a consensual interaction. Apparently she found the morning after pill in her daughter's bag or whatever, and you've tried to get man done for grape, but it's not worked because he had proof on his phone that they had a consensual thing, but he still ended up having to do a year for, I guess, statutory grape, I suppose. I'm not really sure what the charge actually is, but it is for underage interaction. 10 weeks between them. Imagine this was your son. Young man like this, man. So what's the cautionary tale in this? Some people are using this as an excuse to say, well, this is why black men should stay with their own race because other races really hate them. And I don't know if there's a racial motivation to this. There's definitely a cultural motivation in my perspective. Race, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was a Pakistani young man, whether this mother over here would have done the same thing or not. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know. So I'm not going to overly speculate. But yeah, man, them have to protect themselves and we have to protect our kids. There's been so much insensitivity in the comments about, oh, well, he knows his age and, well, you know the law and you need to research the law before you go somewhere and and he deserves it. People saying that he should have got 20 years. There's some people saying that an 18-year-old should have got 20 years for being intimate with a 17-year-old. And I'm like, where's your compassion? Where's your empathy? Where's your humanity? You lot are wild. I could see that there's a very big lack of empathy for young black men, for young black women. And I don't know if it extends further beyond race. You lot can argue that in the comments about whether it's racial or not, but the lack of empathy is astounding. And it's like, we've adultified this 18-year-old to some weird extent, but then in the news you lot want to talk about 25-year-olds getting groomed by big men. So we can see 25-year-olds as children or less than fully capable functioning adults, fully developed adults, but we can't have any compassion, any mercy for the young black man. That's, I don't know, man. It feels so strange to see how people are reacting. Yeah. Big up to the. Also, I want to say there was two young South London rappers that were out in Dubai that helped to try and assist the brother to get bail financially and whatever. And I want to big them up. They didn't want to be identified at that moment in time. But if you know, you know. If you heard about any artists that was looking to try and help out there, big them up, because, they didn't have to step up. And what one of them said to me was, yo, this kid's like 17, 18, man. He could have been my kid. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel it. So love to them brothers, because that's another thing that's going to go unsung. Yeah, how the man them stepped up to try and assist. Big up also Bobby Kasanga for trying to put the message out there, and anyone else that got involved. It's such a deep, sad story, man. I don't know what can be done to help this young man, because I feel like 1 year is way too long for him to spend in a foreign jail that they are describing as a hellhole. I don't think he should be spending any more time in custody, and there needs to be some kind of campaign to get him out. people were writing to David Lammy and MPs like that. I only got to laugh at that because we know these MPs are not helping, man. So I don't know what to say. The mother, this woman over here, she's a wrong un, in my opinion, for what she done. And if it's too late to try and protect your daughter's honour after she's already laid down with man, opened her legs and chosen to lay down with man, innit? Yeah. Now this young lady, I'm gonna put her picture up too. She's 18. She's an adult now. So if he can sit in jail, you can be known as an 18-year-old, and your mum can be known. Like, no one's getting anonymity when this brother's gone in jail and been criminalised and has like swarms of racist people condemning him and wishing him like 20 years in jail. It's so sad. Condolences to the family, mum and dad. Apparently it was the mum and dad or whatever that discovered that the two had an intimate relationship and reported it to the mum initially. This is what I heard, right? And if that's so, mums and dads, I guess you wanted to do the right thing. You know, there's another child involved or there's another person involved. You wanted, you know, to have the transparency, but we got to protect our own kids first. It is right. Learn the laws of the land. I don't know what you lot are going to Dubai for anyway. Dubai ain't got nothing for me, really. And the more stories I hear, the less likely I'm ever to really see that place. Because who wants to go to somewhere where an 18-year-old can be threatened with 20 years and get a year in prison for sleeping with someone that's 10 weeks younger than him? Let's like get this in perspective. There's 10 weeks between them. The girl, before even this man was found guilty, the young lady became 18. So I just think this is the strangest, weirdest thing, dehumanizing, and the lack of empathy by the public is shocking and astounding. I shouldn't say shocking. It's telling that we're still in that era where certain people are not quite human to the rest of the world, you know what I mean? And they don't quite invoke the same amount of empathy. Anyway, let me know how you lot feel about this in the comments. Let's have a wider discussion, and hopefully some solutions can be found to get this man out of jail. Hopefully they appeal it or whatever and get this young man out of jail, do you know what I mean? And laugh upon everybody else. Anyway, it's your boy Jeds, Jedi Online, always with the trillers.